The Canadian government has recently announced that they were starting in 2023 a brand new program that should help many young Canadians to buy their first property. The name of it, the Tax-Free First Home Savings Account, also known as the FHSA. In this video, you will find what are the main characteristics of this brand new type of account and how this could be a big opportunity for every Canadian that is looking to save up more money for their first house. But first, before to see what are the pros and the cons of this kind of account and how you can maximize it, let's see what it is. The tax-free First Home Savings Account was initially created by Justin Trudeau, which is the Prime Minister of Canada, in 2022. The idea behind it was to help many young Canadians with their first down payment that they will have to do for their first house, especially knowing that the price of properties has skyrocketed in Canada, and also knowing the fact that many young Canadians are scared to be tenants for the rest of their life. This new program that is offered to the Canadians under 40 is basically a program offering some mix between the advantage of the TFSA and of the RRSP. It allows the young Canadians to save up to $40,000 in this account, which is basically used for the first down payment on your first property. The maximum contribution will be of $8,000 per year and $40,000 in total. And to be eligible for this kind of program, you need to be at least 18 years old or more and be a Canadian resident. And when you first start to invest in this program, you can't have any home or 4 years prior. Meaning that with this description, if you had a house, for example, 5 years ago, you would be good to invest as well in this program. So right now you might be thinking that it is pretty similar to the home buyer plans, also known as the HBP, where you can basically use a certain part of your RRSP and invest it to buy your first property. However, there is in fact one big difference. In the case of the home buyer plans, you have about 15 years to pay back what you have took from your RRSP, but in the case of the tax-free First Home Savings Account, you don't have this requirement. Eventually, if you haven't used what were the contributions that you have made in that account when you are 40 years old, or if you have just not used this account for 15 years in total, well, the money that you will have in it will need to be retransferred into your RRSP, and if you have not contributed into this program, you will just lose the possibility to use it in the future. Another interesting point about this kind of account is that just like a TFSA, all the money that you inject in it will be tax-free. But not only that, all the different withdrawal that you would do from this account will also be tax-free. And the beauty of it, just like a TFSA, all the money that will grow in this account will also be tax-free. But keep in mind that all the maximum that you can have in this account is $40,000. So let's say that you decide to invest $20,000 in it and that in a few years this would worth about $40,000. Well, the difference of $20,000 will be tax-free in your pocket. And in your FHSA, just like your TFSA or your RRSP, you have different kind of investment that you can do in it. For example, you could decide to invest in gigs, mutual funds, ETFs, stocks, or even bonds. And another important characteristics of the FHSA is that just like the RRSP, all the different contributions that you will make in it will be deductible in your tax income. So you'll be able to deduct the different amounts that you will put in this account on your tax report. Basically, it represents the best of both worlds. But now you might still be wondering, how can you use this account and how you can maximize it? So let me explain what I would do personally. In my personal opinion, just like any investment, what is one of the most important aspects that you need to take in consideration is what is your time horizon. Basically, it will give you what are the best possibilities for you in terms of investment. For example, if you want to buy a house in 1 or 2 years, it might not be the best option to buy different penny stocks in this account. Especially right now with all the different high inflation and all the recession that is on the market, it could be hard to do a lot of return in the next couple of years. It might take a lot of time before the market come back to the point where it was. So be careful, because if the amount that you have put in this account will reduce, it means that automatically this will reduce the down payment that you can put on your future house. Personally, knowing the fact that I'm aiming to buy my first triplex in 2023, unfortunately I might not be able to use fully this kind of account that could be really interesting for any Canadians that really want to buy buy their first property in the next couple of years. Especially right now for all the Canadians that are thinking that the real estate market is too high and too hard to go in, I think that this could be a good entrance door for you to go in. And an interesting fact is that this $40,000 was well think, knowing that the average cost of a house in Canada is about $736,000, while this $40,000 represents about 5% of down payment on it. Let's say that you're in couple. It means that if you were to put and maximize to $40,000 your total contribution in this account, it means that you would have in total 10% of down payment for your future house. In my opinion, this kind of special program and special account is really the best between the TFSA and the RRSP. You have the possibility to grow and even withdraw your money at any time tax-free, but also all the different amount of money that you will put in this special program will be deductible on your income. And guys, hopefully this video will have helped you to see what are the big pros and cons of this new program that is called the FHSA. But at the same time, it is still a great idea to maximize your TFSA and your RRSP and to learn the differences between those two accounts and how you can personally maximize them. Check out the video that's gonna be right over here. And for everyone that is new and that likes personal finance, make sure to join the Noel family by subscribing to the channel for only $0.0, and I will see you soon. Peace!